A soul family, you can have many. Example, like star seeds, like you're a Pleiadian, you're an Arcturian, and you come to this world with the attributes from those other worlds. And those attributes fade after a lifetime, or they get stronger the more that you work with the different groups.
Are we aware of them?
At some level. Not all soul families are good, though. Example, if we look at the elites that rule this world, they're not commonly accepted as normal soul family. They're at an elite status with an elite level and only allow a certain group of people within that.
They've got their own agenda.
They've got their own agenda that lasts hundreds of thousands of years. And it's a closed-door club versus the common indigenous group that shares their culture, their teachings, their healings, who are open to everyone, no matter how advanced or unadvanced that you are. And then there are, like the person was saying, pods, people you regularly incarnate with. These are the core people that you're going lifetime to lifetime with, where this person may be your regular 8th grade teacher, or this person may be your regular first failed love, because you know each time you get that failed love, there's going to be a lesson that comes from it that makes you a stronger person. And that one person you chose was great as a failed first love, but 35 years later, they're still your best friend.
What do you think of karma? Is it real?
Yeah, absolutely. Karma can be minute and it can be great. It can be as minute as not tipping your server, and it can be as great as starting a war. And then the sub things that are attached to that.
But does it come back and bite you?
Sometimes it bites you like a gnat, and other times it bites you in the wallet.
Like
other
a
times,
scorpion.
Exactly.
What determines that, Andrew?
With the veracity of intention.
Explain.
So if one decides I want to start a war and I don't care about the outfects of it, that means all the choices that are handed to the downward positions of those that are going to enforce the war, the karma goes up to you. The veracity, that means you've made a decision, and all those underlings still have an aspect of the karma, but the totality of it goes uphill.
That old saying, what goes around comes around.
Correct.
Is pretty poignant, isn't it?
And that's why war has tied our karmic cycles and journeys together, which is so hard to break right now.
How did you learn this? Trial and error? Or did it just
about the
come
karma?
to you? Yeah.
Watching people. I mean, I understood my own natural karmas. I understood why I had the experience at a young age, that there needed to be people that could understand the multidimensional functionality of this world and begin to help people break out of mediocrity. And once breaking out of mediocrity, and there's no iron hold, because this world has got an iron hold on mediocrity.
Right.
And once that happens and you are confident enough in your own self and you don't need external validation, learning about karma is the nuances of it.
What is traumatology?
Studying of people's traumas and relating them to how to heal them. Part of what I do is I study people's traumas, decades of doing this, and understanding this type of trauma creates this type of karma. This type of karma has this type of resolution, and then pairing them together with the right resolution.
When you do that, what does that do for the individual?
It unlocks their greater potential. Some of them come with no purpose or just like sheets in the wind, and all of a sudden there's a circuit complete in them that hadn't been completed in their life.
What creates trauma, Andrew?
Anything from parents arguing at a young age to violence. It all depends on how much it's damaged the core youth. Yeah, it can be youth, that also. Cancer at a young age does a tremendous amount of things to the young children's mind.
Oh my God, that's one of the scariest, saddest things I've seen, when you go through a ward of children who have cancer.
That's right. And each of every one of them is afraid, yet still connected to their little spirit inside that says, I won't give up.
And how did they get picked for that kind of trauma?
That's before life. That's that seed meets the egg. They've chosen that.
Did something happen in a previous life to them?
Not always. Sometimes it's just about the experience.
Or is it rotten luck?
No, as I said, we come here for learning source connection and disconnection at the highest level. And let's say you're a kid with leukemia at 9 and with parents who don't have the money to afford it, but somehow they got to get it together. And the love that it took to get together for the mother and father to raise that money, to heal that child, is the unique experience the child and the mother and father signed up for, because it changed the story of love.